Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not blue, and I thought I'd better do a video before you totally forget what I look like, and I apologise it has been so long. I am still intending to do the video about like the catch-up of since February, which was the last haul video I did, but only picking out certain ones. However, it's proving quite a difficult task to get them all together, get everything sorted, etc. So in the meantime, I thought I'd just do this one, which is going to be my belated birthday haul. And it was belated a lot because the last present only got given to me about a month and a half to 2 months actually after my birthday, for whatever reason I'm not going to go into. Let's get on with it, I suppose. Right, first up, actually, we have a DVD. I put it down as please give this to me on DVD for the main reason that it's only available on DVD. And that is the TV series Shelley. This is seasons 7 to 10. This completes the run. I already have seasons 1 to 6. These seasons were probably done separately in a separate package like this. I think you can get a 1 to 6 set because there was a 5-year gap between the end of season 6 and beginning of season 7. This was originally going to be called The Return of Shelley, I believe, but they changed it back to Shelley and just decided to carry on with the next season, even though it's 5 years later. This stars Hugh Bennett as a very intelligent but lazy, work-shy chap who puts his profession down as poet. And he works his way around the system and knows it inside out, going through the trials and tribulations of in the long term, going through his girlfriend, meeting his girlfriend, getting married in seasons 1 to 6, and I think the eventual breakup of that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody too much more. I'm not going to say if he gets back together with her in this one. He spent the missing 5 years apparently working abroad teaching English, and he returns to the country to find it rather changed and in the middle of Thatcherism and yuppiedom, etc. And these are much more how he deals with the new changes to the system, which he probably has to relearn again, though he should probably treat it in his same cool and clever manner because he's a very bright chap. There are certain elements I can see very much about the using the system type thing, but without the family type elements that were also used by Carla Lane in Bread. However, the first season of this was 7 years before Bread started transmission, so they were much more likely to have borrowed the idea of knowing that their hero, Joey, the head of the family, knowing sort of like the tricks of the trade and how to get the most out of the system, signing on much more from Shelley than the other way around. Next up, we have the first Blu-ray, which is You Can Call Me Bill. I'm sure that you'll be probably familiar with this one. This is the documentary on the career of William Shatner. Some might point out whether or not this would be a multiple watch or not. I tend not to pass on Blu-rays or DVDs until I've got the most up-to-date copy. So I will probably keep it. I won't I dare say I won't be rewatching it regularly, but I'll keep it for reference purposes and potentially check back with it in case I need to find out a fact that I have forgotten. Next up, I've got a couple that are related to each other. I'll do the other one first. First up, I received the 1923 Yellowstone Origins story. I've got the previous one to this, which was the 1883 one. I'm still not up to date fully on Yellowstone or watching it, but in actual fact, the person who gave me some of the Yellowstone stuff was actually saw it on the list anyway, was interested enough to check it out herself, and was so impressed that she's now a bit of a fan. So that's quite good. Though it's a bit of a shame she isn't buying it on physical, but there we go. This particular one was actually from my wife, who liked the sound of the concept and is a big Harrison Ford fan, and he's in the 1923 starter one. And the other one I received, as you might have been guessing, there was another one. This is season 4. I have seasons 1 to 3. I know season 5 part 1 is out. Obviously season 5 part 2 isn't out yet, on the principle that it's been on hiatus since 2023, when the first half of season 5 was transmitted. However, I believe the last half of season 5 is transmission date has been announced as November this year, I think. Yes, November the 10th in the UK, the transmission of the second half of season 5 starts. So hopefully once that's complete, they will not only put out a season 5 part 2, but they will also put out at some point a full season 5 set, so I can get it all in one single set, and then I'll have them all. Continuing on, the next two weren't direct presents to me, but were bought with birthday money, and they were on my list. First of these is Jigsaw. This is a crime drama with Jack Warner taking place around Brighton, and there are lots of good Brighton locations in here if you've ever been, and if you haven't, I shall put a link in the description below to Kermit Ghost's video where he actually compares images from the film to the actual locations in Brighton and how they look now, because that's where he lives, so he can get to it a lot easier. This is obviously a totally different Jigsaw than the one that's is part of the Saw series, and this is from 1958, is it? 1962, beg your pardon. And I believe it's a second little film, so I shall be looking forward to seeing that one when I get the chance. Next up is the other one that I bought with the birthday money from my aunt, and that is Creation of the Gods Part 1. Now this is the the first part of a trilogy based on a Chinese myth involving wars between humans, gods, and monsters. It sounds like a lot of fun. If you don't like subtitles, it's not for you. I don't believe there's a dub on this one, but that doesn't bother me really. It's got strong violence, injury detail, and suicide in it. So, well, what could go wrong? Set 3,000 years ago, and from the producer of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The second and third parts of the trilogy, I thought were supposed to at least be, the first one was supposed to be announced by the end of this year, but I still haven't heard anything. Maybe they're spreading them out a little bit more than they intended, or maybe I misremembered. There's not many extras on here, just a trailer, but there is making of parts 1 to 10, presumably parts 20 to 11 to 20 and 21 to 30. The full making of thing could be on the other two as we go through. So yeah, going to be an interesting watch. Great visuals, compelling narrative. Says Asian Movie Pulse magazine, or Cine Asia release. So next up, I've only got a few more. Finally, they say, a short video. Yep, okay. This one is Humphrey Bogart, Claude Rains and Sidney Greenstreet in Passage to Marseille. I saw this mentioned on Kermit's channel and it sounded good, so I put it on my wish list for my birthday, and somebody kindly got it for me. Black and white film, made and probably set around 1944. Well, it's made in 1944, so yeah. With Humphrey Bogart as a French journalist who decides to battle the Nazis instead of just being a simple bystander and being a journalist, and apparently gets framed for a crime he did not commit. Locked up in Devil's Island, has to organise an escape. This is all relative. It's not the whole plot. I'm not going to go too far into too far down the film, but he has to escape, then get picked up and escape again, and it's pretty much action all the way through, I believe. So, but obviously with that case, you're also going to get some good dramatic work as well. There was quite a bit of controversy apparently when this was released, because it shows the hero in an unsympathetic light at times, attacking the enemy whilst they're helpless, and there are lots of complaints that you shouldn't have a hero doing that. The complaints coming from censorship groups and religious groups. I knew I'd remember from somewhere. However, the studio, unlike today, I imagine, no comment, held its ground, and it was released uncut. It's good to see that censorship was being fought even back in 1944, as the film studio turned around and said they wanted to show the fact that war could even dehumanize a heroic character in their films, and just because you were a hero doesn't mean you're immune to the effects of the horrendous sights and things happened in wartime, which I think is excellent. Next up, we have the final season. It's a bit of a battered slip, unfortunately, but it's a slip nonetheless, of Jack Ryan. This completes the Jack Ryan, obviously it says final season, so of course it completes the Jack Ryan series, but what I meant to say is that it completes my collection, because I've already got the earlier seasons, and so I'm looking forward now. I've got all of them to doing them probably back to back, and not having to worry about they've left me on a cliffhanger or anything. I'm pretty sure that they knew this was going to be their final season before they made it, so fingers crossed they won't do anything silly like leave a final season on a cliffhanger in the hope that somebody will bring them back. Really looking forward to watching these, and I think it's going to be excellent. And finally, which is in actual fact, it was also the final one I was given, and you might say, maybe not save the best till last, I don't know, we shall see. And this is King of Fighters. It's is it 80s? No, it isn't. It's 2011, so a lot more recent, I thought. And described as stylish, high-octane live-action feature based on the successful video game franchise. I personally hadn't heard of the video game franchise, but I can believe it, because there are loads of video game franchises that I don't know about. Not being a big video game person myself, though I am enjoying watching a few playthroughs on Ray's channel at the moment. Movies. So, despite the fact some sites have this one down as quite a low mark, which you might expect from a video game spin-off to a live-action movie. It was very few until The Last of Us had any sort of positive recognition. If we're honest, though some had people had a soft spot for one or two, very few were considered that good. So I'm not expecting the best. However, this one is apparently got pretty good special effects for the likely budget. Though, by the way, if you are a fan of the video game, then be aware that quite a few characters are missed out, and the ones that are put into the film look quite different than they do in the game. However, looking forward to giving it a watch. I don't think it'll outstay its welcome. It's only 3 minutes over an hour and a half long, so once you've got the credits out of the way, so that's going to be under an hour and a half, isn't it? So yeah, there we have it, and it comes with a nice, as we have to say it nowadays, slippy slip with a lovely reflective title, especially the it's generally quite shiny, but the title itself is metallic reflective as well, which is very nice. I wasn't expecting, to be honest, it to come with a slip, because it got released quite a while ago, I think. But the main reason that I thought, apart from the fact that some of the reviews were quite positive, and a lot of people saying actually wasn't expecting much out of it, but much better than I expected, was the fact it's got Maggie Q in it, and I really like her in martial arts movies. So that was it. That was my physical media from my birthday quite a long while ago now, and I am still working on, like I say, the best of, if you like, more to the point, more unusual of, that you might not have seen everybody else and their uncle pick up in their halls. Show that I have picked up in a video, like I said, but it's taking quite a while to put together, and I have to prep everything, get everything else away, clear some space, work out what I'm going to show, prep the appropriate t-shirts. That's another reason that this one was a bit quicker than normal, I think, or easier for me, was that I don't particularly have any t-shirts that actually fitted, though I was tempted to see if I could find a Star Trek one for the William Shatner documentary. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. I shall try not to leave it so long between videos next time, but I can't promise anything. I haven't been well again recently. Like I always say, please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you aren't already, and it really helps the channel. Thank you very much indeed. Please keep on watching movies, watching TV, getting to the cinemas when you can, and supporting all the other Bluetubers out there, and have a great week. Bye.